Shalom. Calling Lai Habashim Yoshai by Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who well, Shalom to the 144,000 and one third remnant men, women, and children of the whole family, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar Yash coming back at you with a quick lesson. Through the spirit and prayer, Habashim Yoshai, present, let's be edifying and straight to the point. And things are going to heat up this summer, man. Alright. So let's read this article. This is on the peoplesvoice.tv. Alright, hold on, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Alright, there you go. Alright, so let's read this article. It says, Idaho unleashes firing squad justice on pedos with new death penalty law. So, that's 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16, man. Okay? They shall not regard the kings nor princes in the course of the actions of standing in their power. People going to take matters into their own hands. Okay? Says starting July 1st, Idaho will execute those convicted of lewd acts with children under 12 by firing squad, thanks to the House Bill 380 signed into law by Governor Brad Little, a measure that also ramps up penalties for other pedos offenders. Idaho will not tolerate sexual abuse of our children, declared Representative Bruce St. Republican Napa. It says Idaho's new law greenlight the death penalties by firing squad for those convicted of lewd acts with children under 12 starting July 1st, but only if prosecutors can prove 3 of 17 chilling criteria like repeated offense, use of force, or infecting a child with an STD. And that's how they're going to do it. Okay? See it right there. That's how they're going to do it. Okay? Death by firing squad, man. So, this legislation established a strong deterrent, making it clear Idaho will not tolerate these offenses. This person says, ABC 10 reports the measures aligns Idaho with other states implementing stricter penalties for child ex-offenders, ex-fine crimes. Idaho currently has some of the most lenient statutes for child molestation and child rape in the nation, person said. In a statement, Little says the SA of children is sickening and evil and deserves the ultimate punishment. He also noted Idaho will not be the only state to make death by firing squad the primary method of execution, which would apply to the pedos. It said just like capital murder destroys lives, aggravated SA of a young child devastates victims and families for generations, Little says. Alright, let's see. That's pretty much it for the article there. So, hey, they getting tough, man. Laws are being passed, man. Okay, for death penalties. Alright. And I think it should happen, man, because, you know, you got a lot and really, who really doing this stuff, okay? Who's really doing these pedo crimes and that whole trafficking and all of that stuff is Esau, even the so-called white man. So, okay, that's who's really doing this shit, okay? So these devils really don't follow their own laws, man, okay? But the thing is, man, you see the times that we're in, man, okay? And some folks might be against this, man, okay? People who are, for this lewd act, man, having, XAX, XEX with children under 12, man. You got some folks out there that are just like that, man, okay? That is a sick and lewd act, man, okay? And and these liberals are gonna be against it, man, because yeah, because they for this stuff. You saw what was going on these past 4 years with when Joe Biden was in the office. You had these transformers reading the children. You know, they had the kids going to these so-called drag shows with grown ass men dressed up. You know, I'm not gonna go too deep into that because YouTube is sensitive about things like that, so you really can't talk about it. Okay, but hey, you're gonna have some people that are actually against this, man. Okay, and you're gonna have some people that's for it. You're gonna have some people that's against it. Okay, so this is what's coming. Okay, so let's move on to the next article. I got another article I want to show. All right, I'm just gonna do. This is gonna become an in the news. You know, lesson. Just showing a few articles. There's another article from the People's Voice.tv. It says, "Who warns that next pandemic could strike tomorrow?" What do they mean by that? What do you mean the next pandemic can strike tomorrow? So is he devils about to make moves? All right. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, governments must invest in a response to global, contagion without delay. WHO is warning that another deadly pandemic could emerge as soon as tomorrow, and is calling on the countries of the world to prepare for it. What do you mean by that? So what these devils are up to? Hmm? What do you mean by tomorrow? Y'all about to unleash something that's gonna be deadly? Hmm. Like it tells you in 2 Corinthians 2:11. Unless Satan should gain an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. WHO announcement follows just days after the SARS Dr. Anthony Fauci warned that at the next global outbreak will be likely be an easily transmittable respiratory disease, a significant degree on morbid, morbid, whatever that word is. So, details about to unleash something. All right, I think I put an article on that yesterday. It says in a statement on Monday, the WHO Director General Tedros um, Adhanom Hanuman, whatever this person's name is, argued governments to urges governments to invest in health security and finalize the pandemic agreement and international treaty on pandemic prevention and response. Okay, and these those already warned that they're gonna unleash another deadly disease more worse than the C19. So, hey, ain't no telling about these devils, man. And we all know what this is being done for, okay? To bring in the NWO, okay? So they can, hey, bring in what? That digital implant, which is already being put out, okay, on here in the UK. Okay, here's another article from the People's Voice.tv, and I'll put all three of these articles in the description box. You can read them. It says UK Labour MPs call for digital ideas to help tackle illegal immigration. Another reason why they want to, bring in the MOTB, which is the CF, okay, to find out who is truly a citizen, okay, and who's not. They're starting in the UK, okay. It's starting in the UK, but it's gonna trickle down. It's gonna come to the US too, man, to find out who's legal here and who ain't legal. They're gonna ask you to take that digital implant, man. Okay, the MOTB. So we very close, man. All things are coming. All these prophecies are coming to pass, man. So it's beautiful to see. And I put these articles in the description box. So without further ado, let's get a few scriptures. But these are the times that we're coming into, man. Okay. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Only the elect are going to be saved out of these times that we're coming into. A lot of things are going on. Times like no other. This devil is about to unleash a whole lot of diseases. Okay? A lot of unrighteous decrees about to be passed. Okay? Now, that I can get with because no person should be having sex with children under the age of 12, man. Okay? Okay? You know, although that did happen in the ancient world, okay, when the young female became up in age, okay, past the flower of age. We don't condone that over here, having sex with children under 12 and all that. We don't condone that over here, okay, but you got a lot of our people actually do believe that, the men of the Lord are rapists, because Elder Apostle Hart said that, hey, you can marry a female, after she passed the flower of her age, okay? But we can't do that here. Although that did happen in the ancient world, but you can't do that here, okay? We know not to do that because, it says the laws are you know, it's righteous, but it's not expedient, okay? So we ain't teaching our people to do that. We're not telling the congregation to go out there and, do that shit. No. Because we're against that, man. Okay? At the end of the day, we're against that. And really, who does that shit is Esau, even the so-called white man. He's the one that has sex with little kids under the age of 12 and babies and all that, saying that, when Biden was in office, children can, babies can consent to sex and all that bullshit and all that nasty shit. And these are the same devils that's trying to pass pedophilia, okay? They're trying to make it legal for, you know, for, the adults to have sex with children, man. But now you're against it? Come on, man. Make it make sense. You can't trust the words of these damn devils, man. You really can't. You really can't. You cannot trust the words of these fucking devils. Like it tells you in Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy. Let's read this, though. But you're going to have a lot of folks that are against that. And that's what's going to lead up to the uprisings and uproars of the people here in Babylon. Okay? Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay? So, you're going to have some folks that's for it, all right? Because, Hollywood, these Hollywood actors and actresses, they're all for that shit, man. Okay, that's what's going on in Hollywood. The whole Jeffrey Epstein Island thing with these celebrities. Okay, all that shit was going on. Esau is the forefront of that shit. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it moving. But as we get closer to the end, man, okay, Esau Edom's about to calm down great wrath because he know that he got a short time. Okay. So these devils about to unleash some type of pandemic or something. He said, this person said, from the hood, he can be released tomorrow. What you mean by that? Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Esau knows his time is up, man. Okay? This devil know that his time is just about up. So he's about to unleash something. Look at what's going on with these tariffs and shit. Yeah. These tariffs are basically destroying the economy here in Babylon. So this place is done, man. Okay. No, not Second Thessalonians. I need First Thessalonians. Slocky. There you go. First Thessalonians 5 in verse 1 through 3. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shai so coming as a thief in the night. Okay, so the Lord is coming back like a thief in the night. Okay, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, Trump telling you that his tariffs are going to be good for Americans. Okay, promising you peace and safety. And look what's going on with the Americans' economy. Okay, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them as travail upon a one with child, and they shall not escape. The only ones that are going to escape is the Lord's hopeful elect. Okay, the elect of Israel. So they're about to get ready to unleash something so they can do what? Bring in their NWO so they can do this. Let's go to the scripture, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? So we all know what that mark is by now. We all should know what that mark is by now. Okay? Because the men of the Lord have been speaking about it, starting with our beloved elders and apostles, elder bishops, and the brothers on down, and of course the affiliate brothers. Okay? It's been speaking about this for years and years. Okay? It's been teaching about this time. And this time is very close at hand. Verse 17, that no man might by himself say he that had the name or had the mark, Salakia. Let me read that again. Revelation chapter 18, Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. Good Lord. Lord, Salakia, sorry about that. Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might by himself say he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. Okay, 666. So you know the times that we're coming into. Okay. Speaking of which, man, times of uprises and uproars of the people, man. Okay, you see what Idaho is doing? They're taking matters into their own hands. Okay, let's go here. Second Ezra, chapter 15. And that's just the times that we're in, man. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay? So people about to, hey, take matters into their own hands. People has had enough of this pedo culture and all of this sickness that's going on, man. Okay? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? So people are taking matters into their own hands. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law, checkpoints. Okay? If they talking about another pandemic, you about to see lockdowns come back, more draconian measures. Okay? Won't be able to go anywhere, you won't be able to work, do nothing. Okay? Verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil the goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Jacob's trouble, man. So we're entering into a time like no other, okay? When we're going to need spiritual divine intervention. Because Esau, he's about to unleash something and with these tariffs, and I think Trump is supposed to put some more tariffs, okay, on these nations, man. So more tariffs about to, hit these other nations, and that's going to affect Babylon, man. Okay, that's going to affect Babylon. So, man, this place is done, man. Everything you see, Esau's kingdom is done, man. Point blank, period. Okay, we're coming into a time like no other. Okay, and this stock market is about to crash. People who making six figures are now starting to suffer. People losing their 401ks. Yeah. This scripture here, man. Man, this scripture is about to literally fly off the pages, man. People are fed up and people are tired of what's going on. They're tired of their government lying to them. All right. Taking their money. It's over with. So let's go to Daniel. Let's get Daniel 12 and verse 1. I'm going to end it there. So, yeah. A lot of shit's about to go down, man. So buckle up, fasten your seatbelt because it's right about to get bumpy. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone shall be found written in the book, and that's the elect, man. The hopeful elect is gonna be saved out of these times. Okay? So with that, Kahalai how about Shimyao Shai by Sharon Kakwadash. It's on to the next one. Sean Wong, Kwame Yasharan, a Ball, Sean Wong.